The story begins with a small child named Vasily. His grandfather was training him to use a sniper rifle. Both of them were in a cold area of Russia. The grandfather tied his horse at a place so that a wolf would come to hunt him and Vasily could kill him with his rifle. But when the right time came, Vasily got scared and missed his target. Due to this mistake, his horse became the prey of the wolf. Then the story reaches 1942, when the Second World War was going on. Vasily had now grown up and joined the Russian army. He was going to face the German army with his comrades. The Russian army was moving towards the city of Stalingrad via train. On the other hand, the German army, which was led by Hitler, had captured the whole of Europe. They had also captured all the oil wells of Europe. Now their next goal was to attack Russia. But the biggest obstacle in their way was the city of Stalingrad. It was necessary for the German army to capture this city first. The Russian army soon reached near the city of Stalingrad. There the Russian commanders gave strict orders that if any soldier tries to leave his duty and run away, then his comrades will shoot him. They clearly said that there is only one way to escape death, to defeat the German army and drive them away from here. After this the Russian officers ordered the soldiers to cross the river in boats. The German army was already deployed on the other side of the river. When the Russian soldiers reached near the river, they saw that the bodies of their fellow soldiers were floating in the river. Everyone got scared seeing this. As soon as their boats were about to reach the shore, the German planes started bombing and firing bullets on them. Many Russian soldiers were killed in this attack and many boats sank. But luckily Vasily somehow crossed the river and reached the shore. After that some more boats also reached the shore safely. On reaching there, the officers started distributing weapons to the soldiers, but due to the attack there was a shortage of weapons. On this the officers ordered that 2 soldiers will use the same weapon. Also, he told the soldiers to kill the German soldiers and snatch their weapons. Vasily had only bullets, while his friend got the gun. Now they had to fight the German army together. Now Vasily had to kill a German soldier to get the weapon. As soon as the officer gave the signal to start the attack, the Russian soldiers attacked the German army. The German army attacked with bombs in response, causing heavy damage to the Russian army. Meanwhile, Vasily's friend died. Vasily tried to pick up his gun, but then another soldier pushed him and snatched the gun. The German army was dominating the Russian army, so some Russian soldiers decided to run away to save their lives. But as soon as they turned back, their officers punished them for abandoning the war and opened fire on them. Meanwhile, the German army captured Stalingrad. The corpses of Russian soldiers were scattered all over the city. Eagles and crows were eating the corpses. Just then a vehicle came there at a high speed. The German soldiers attacked it, causing the vehicle to overturn. A Russian man got out of the vehicle. His name was Danilov, and he used to deliver newspapers for the Russian army. The German soldiers were about to capture him, but he immediately hid among the corpses to show that he was also dead. When the German soldiers came to search the corpses, they started firing indiscriminately to ensure that no one was left alive. Luckily Danilov was not hit by any bullet, but the terrible smell of the corpses made him vomit. Danny was slowly crawling forward when he saw a German officer standing in front of him and taking a bath. Daniel picked up a gun from among the corpses and decided to kill him. But just as he was about to fire, a living man came out from among the corpses. He was none other than Vasily. Vasily stopped Danny from firing. He explained that if the bullet was fired now, the German soldiers would hear the bullet and come back. Vasily asked Danny to wait until a missile fell. The sound of the bullet would hide the sound of the explosion. Also, Vasily gave bullets to Danny to put in the gun. But Danny was now afraid that if he fired the bullet, the German soldiers might actually hear the sound. So he gave his gun to Vasily and asked him to kill the officer. Vasily took the gun, but then he saw a car coming. There were German soldiers in the car, who were coming to protect that officer. Now the situation had become even more difficult. Vasily kept patience and waited for the missile to explode. As soon as the missile exploded, he took advantage of the opportunity and shot the German commander and killed him. Due to the explosion, no one could hear the sound of the bullet. After this, taking advantage of the next explosion, Vasily killed another German soldier. But then a soldier saw Vasily and threw a bomb towards him while falling. But Vasily showed speed and shot at him before that and killed him too. Now there was only one last German soldier left. He started running to inform his other comrades, but Vasily immediately stood up and shot him as well. His shooting was so accurate that he had killed him as well without missing. Danilov was very impressed by Vasily's bravery and shooting. After this, both of them reached the headquarters of the Russian army. There, Danilov wrote an article about Vasily in the newspaper. In it he told how Vasily killed 4 German soldiers and a German commander single-handedly. Seeing this, Vasily was very happy in his heart. Just then Russian leader Stalin's special man, Khrushchev, arrived there. His arrival was an indication of some big change. Khrushchev was very angry with the Russian commander because he left the Russian soldiers to die in front of the German army. He told the commander that if Stalin came to know about this, he would kill him like a dog. He suggested that it would be better for the commander to run away quietly. As soon as Khrushchev came out of the commander's office, everyone heard the sound of gunfire. Everyone understood that the commander had killed himself. Now Khrushchev asked the officers how the morale of the soldiers could be boosted so that they could face the Nazi Germans and regain Stalingrad. Then Danilov suggested to Khrushchev that instead of forcefully sending the soldiers to war, it would be better to give promotion to those soldiers who have bravely faced the German army. This would also increase the morale of the rest of the soldiers. Khrushchev liked this suggestion very much, and he decided to implement it. Soon Danilov came running to Vasily and told him that he has been promoted. After the story of Vasily's bravery was published in the newspaper, he started getting praised all over the country. People started giving examples of his bravery, and he became a hero. After becoming a sniper, Vasily killed 33 German soldiers with his accurate shooting and forced 13 German commanders to resign. After this, one day Vasily was aiming at a German commander. As soon as he was about to shoot, a child came in front of him. Because of this, Vasily's attention was diverted, and he missed killing the commander. That child's name was Sasha. He was a Russian child, who had heard stories of Vasily's bravery and considered him his hero. Sasha took Vasily to his home, where his mother welcomed Vasily wholeheartedly. After a while, Danilov and a beautiful girl named Tanya also reached there. Tanya was a brave girl, who used to work to save common people from German soldiers by hiding. She was Sasha's neighbor and knew the German language very well. When Danilov saw Tanya for the first time, he fell in love with her. But Tanya was very impressed by Vasily's bravery and liked him. The story then moves on to the German commander, who decided to call the world's best sniper to Russia. The sniper's name was Quinn. When Quinn reached there, the commander of the German military headquarters met him and told him that a Russian sniper had killed many of their soldiers. The German commander ordered Quinn to kill this Russian sniper as soon as possible. Quinn immediately got busy with his work. Soon the news spread that a German sniper had killed 5 Russian soldiers with a very accurate shot. On the other hand, Vasily was sleeping when his friend woke him up and told him that there was a problem at the storage place. He said that they would have to go out and solve this problem. Vasily went out with his 2 companions. There he saw a man sleeping behind the window. He immediately took aim and fired and went to see him with a companion. His other companion stayed below. When Vasily and his companion reached there, they saw that it was not a man but a dummy. At the same time, a German sniper killed their companion who was left below. Then Vasily's eyes fell on a cigarette lying on the ground, and he understood that the enemy was hiding somewhere else. Meanwhile, German planes started bombing and missile attack on Stalingrad. Seeing this, Vasily's companion started running away in fear, but the German sniper cleverly killed him too. Vasily, amidst the bombing, remained hidden in the same building. On the other hand, Quinn was shown reading the newspaper, where the news of his victory over the Russian soldiers was printed. At the same time, Sasha was cleaning his shoes. This scene shows that Quinn was moving forward thoughtfully with every step as part of the plan to hunt Vasily. Quinn gave the newspaper to Sasha and asked him to explain the news printed in it in German language. Sasha told that the newspaper praised Vasily's marksmanship and his bravery. During the conversation, Sasha also foolishly said that he was a big fan of Vasily and had met him. On the other hand, Vasily reached the military headquarters, where Danilov was already present. There he met another sniper named Kalik, who had once learned marksmanship from German sniper Quinn. Soon Vasily spoke to Danilov and told him that both his comrades had been killed. He said that the sniper who had attacked them was changing his position frequently, which made it difficult to identify him. Danilov immediately understood that the sniper was none other than Quinn. He told Wesley that Quinn knew everything about him and had come here to kill him. The next day, Wesley had a frightening dream. He remembered the incident from his childhood when a wolf killed his horse. At the same time, Kalik woke him up and told him that he had just seen an undercover sniper. Wesley and Kalik immediately went out to find out what the matter was. On reaching there, they came to know that the enemies had attacked. Seeing the situation serious, they immediately came out of the building. At the same time, German soldiers shot arrows at them, but thankfully Vasily and Kalik escaped. After this, Vasily cut the signal wires so that the German soldiers could not call the headquarters and call more soldiers. Then they were running from one place to another, when they saw a German soldier who was trying to fix the signal wire. But this German soldier was none other than his own comrade, whom Quinn had captured and forced to wear German army uniform. Kalik killed his own comrade by mistake, because he thought that he was a German soldier. Now, Kalik and Vasily were planning to change their place again, but before that they saw that Quinn was not around. Then they played a trick. Both of them removed their helmets and kept them aside, so that Quinn could aim at the helmet and Vasily could know his location. But Quinn did not fire any bullet, which made them think that he was not around. As soon as they jumped to another place, Quinn killed Kalik. Vasily somehow saved his life and returned to the headquarters. Vasily told Danilov that he cannot kill Quinn, because he is a much better sniper than him. Danilov encouraged Vasily and said that he will bring him all the intelligence about Quinn. Hearing this, Wesley got a little encouraged, but on the other hand, Quinn got all the information about Wesley by giving sweets to the little child Sasha. After this, Quinn quietly reached the building where Wesley was going to come, and hid there and waited for him. Wesley understood that Quinn was going to attack him from hiding, so he started moving forward through the ventilation pipes. Then Quinn heard a sound from the pipes, and he waited for whoever was inside to come out. As soon as he came out, Quinn killed Wesley's partner. Vasily somehow managed to escape and hid behind an engine, but in the panic his weapon fell. He told his wounded comrade to return to the headquarters. Then he tried to pull his gun back by tying it to a rope with the help of a knife, but suddenly Quinn fired a shot, and cut both the ropes into pieces. Meanwhile, German army planes started bombing, and glass started falling from all sides of the building. Now the situation had become even more dangerous. Vasily's reflection was visible in one of those glasses, and Quinn started keeping a close watch on him. Meanwhile, when the wounded soldier reached the headquarters, he told Tanya about Vasily's condition. Tanya saw how distressed he was and decided to reach Vasily through the ventilation pipe to help him. But just as she was about to come out of the pipe, Vasily stopped her. Vasily told Tanya about Quinn's location and asked her to turn the mirror so that she could see Quinn. Tanya did so, and at that moment, Vasily suddenly aimed his gun at Quinn's hand and shot him. Seeing Quinn wounded, Vasily immediately returned to the headquarters. He received a lot of praise for his bravery, as he shot Quinn with a single shot. After this, Vasily went to meet Danilov and refused to write an article about him in the newspaper. He said that he wanted to fight anonymously like the other soldiers. On this, Danilov explained to him that he was not an ordinary soldier, but an excellent sniper. When the other soldiers would hear stories of his bravery, they would also get inspired and their enthusiasm would increase. Then Danilov called Sasha, who was spying, to help them. Sasha told Vasily that when he looked at Quinn's shoe prints, he saw yellow dust. This dust is found only in chemical factories. Sasha was very happy to spy on Quinn for the Russian army, but Vasily was angry at Danilov. He did not understand what it meant to put a young child like Danilov in danger. However, later Sasha took Vasily to the chemical factory where Quinn used to go. Vasily hid in the pile of corpses and waited for Quinn, but after a while he got tired and fell asleep there. During this time Quinn passed right in front of him, but Vasily was sleeping, so he could not recognize him. On the other hand, the German army had attacked the city. A German soldier was stealing the purses of the dead soldiers. Suddenly Quinn's eyes fell on Vasily lying among the corpses. He tried to shoot at Vasily, but at that time a soldier came in between his shot. Later, the German army caught the thief and found Vasily's purse with them, which proved that Vasily was already dead. Now there was no point in Quinn staying there and the commander ordered him to return his bag. On the other hand, when the Russian commander got the news of Vasily's death, he was shocked. But then Danilov came and explained to him that Vasily was still alive. The commander said that if the false news of Vasily's death reached the army, they would lose courage. So the commander ordered Danilov to hide Vasily's picture in the newspaper. After this, Danny told Tanya that Vasily would not be returning to headquarters. Tanya asked why, but Danny did not tell her that Vasily himself had reported his death. When Tanya heard Vasily's death on German radio a little later, she was very upset. On the other hand, Quinn went to get his shoes cleaned by Sasha. Sasha was crying after hearing Vasily's death, but Quinn consoled him. "Don't cry, kids. He's alive, right now." Then he told Sasha to go home right now and come to the station in time for the train tomorrow morning. A little later, Sasha passed on the news to Danny that Vasily was coming to the train station. The next morning, when Vasily arrived at the train station, he saw Tanya. Vasily was surprised to see her and asked, "How did you know I should come?" Tanya replied, "I found out from Sasha." Tanya said emotionally, "The news of your death was being played on the German radio, but I knew that you were alive." After this, Tanya and Vasily came closer to each other. On the other hand, Sasha reached the train station to meet Vasily, but Quinn was already waiting for him there. Quinn had guessed that this child was a Russian spy. In a few moments, Tanya saw such a horrific scene through her binoculars that her hair stood on end. She saw that the body of that innocent child was hanging badly from a pipe. She understood that Quinn had killed Sasha. Tanya was deeply shocked by Sasha's death, but Vasily promised her that he would definitely take revenge for Sasha's death by killing Quinn. Meanwhile, the German army entered the city. The Russian soldiers asked Sasha's mother to sit in a boat and go across the river, but his mother said that she would not go anywhere before her son's arrival. Danilov lied to her that Sasha had betrayed Russia and joined the German army, but he did not tell her that Sasha was dead. After this, when they were all running away, suddenly a missile fell near Tanya and she was badly injured. Then Sasha's mother decided to put Tanya in a boat and take her to the hospital for treatment. The poor woman left a note for her dead son, which read, "I am going to the other side." As soon as she got a chance, Sasha's mother wrote, "Whenever you get a chance, you also cross the river and come there." On the other hand, Danilov reached Vasily, who was waiting for Quinn at the train station. Vasily broke down in tears after hearing the sad news that Tanya had died. After this, Danilov put his life at stake in order to find Quinn, so that Vasily could kill him later. Quinn thought he had killed Vasily, so he came down to check. But then he saw Vasily standing in front of him with a gun pointed at him. Now Quinn got ready for his death, and before dying he saluted Vasily for his bravery. Finally, Vasily killed Quinn and then placed Quinn's gun on his dead body in honor of Danilov's sacrifice. 2 months after this incident, the Russian army defeated the German army. Later, Vasily reached the hospital, and he saw that Tanya was alive. Vasily was very happy to see her. After this, the Russian army kept Vasily's gun in the Stalingrad museum in honor of Vasily. Vasily and Tanya married each other and lived a happy life together. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.